Ladies and gentlemen, words are like arrows. Once released, they cannot be taken back. Every word we speak has the power to build or destroy, to heal or hurt. Yet, how often do we speak without thinking, only to regret it later? In a world filled with noise and haste, the ability to pause, reflect, and then speak is a rare virtue, one that defines the wise and distinguishes the thoughtful from the impulsive. Today, we explore 8 key reasons why thinking before speaking is essential. Each point serves as a reminder that our words shape not only our relationships but also our character and legacy. Words are not mere sounds that vanish the moment they are spoken. They carry weight, leaving lasting impressions on the hearts and minds of those who hear them. Every syllable we utter has the potential to shape emotions, influence decisions, and alter relationships. Just as a single spark can ignite a wildfire, a single careless word can create a chain reaction of misunderstandings, resentment, and emotional pain. This is why it is crucial to think before speaking, ensuring that our words align with our intentions and the impact we wish to have. Consider the way a simple compliment can brighten someone's entire day, boosting their confidence and reinforcing their sense of self-worth. Conversely, a thoughtless insult or harsh criticism can linger in a person's mind for years, eroding their self-esteem and damaging their emotional well-being. Unlike physical wounds, which often heal with time, the wounds inflicted by words can be invisible yet long-lasting. Many people carry the weight of negative words spoken to them during childhood or at vulnerable moments in their lives. These words echo in their minds, shaping their beliefs about themselves and the world around them. Moreover, words have the power to influence not only individuals but also entire communities and societies. History is filled with examples of leaders whose words have inspired nations to rise up and achieve greatness. Conversely, there are also instances where words of hatred and division have led to violence, discrimination, and suffering. In both cases, the spoken word served as a catalyst for profound change, highlighting the immense responsibility that comes with the power of speech. In everyday life, the consequences of our words are evident in the relationships we maintain with family, friends, colleagues, and strangers. A moment of frustration can lead us to say something hurtful to a loved one, damaging trust and creating emotional distance. Even if we apologize afterward, the memory of those words may linger, casting a shadow over the relationship. On the other hand, a few words of encouragement or understanding can strengthen bonds, foster mutual respect, and create a sense of emotional safety. The workplace is another arena where the consequences of words are particularly significant. A leader's words can motivate their team to achieve new heights, instilling a sense of purpose and unity. However, harsh criticism or dismissive language can demoralize employees, leading to decreased productivity and morale. Effective leaders understand the importance of choosing their words carefully, recognizing that their speech sets the tone for the entire organization. Social media has amplified the impact of words, allowing them to reach a global audience within seconds. A single post or comment can go viral, spreading both positivity and negativity at an unprecedented scale. This digital age demands even greater mindfulness in our speech, as words shared online can be screenshotted, shared, and remembered long after they are deleted. The anonymity of the internet often leads people to speak without considering the consequences, resulting in cyberbullying, misinformation, and public shaming. Yet, this same platform also offers the opportunity to spread kindness, support, and valuable knowledge. The choice of how we use our words online is a reflection of our character and values. The consequences of words are not limited to the external world, they also affect the speaker themselves. When we speak negatively, we reinforce negative thought patterns within our own minds, shaping our perception of the world in a more cynical or judgmental light. Conversely, speaking positively and with compassion cultivates a more optimistic and empathetic mindset, improving our overall well-being. This internal feedback loop underscores the importance of choosing our words carefully, not only for the sake of others, but also for our own mental and emotional health. In essence, every word we speak is like a pebble dropped into a pond, creating ripples that extend far beyond the initial splash. While we cannot control how others interpret our words, we can control the intention and thoughtfulness behind them. By pausing to consider the potential impact of our speech, we increase the likelihood that our words will be received in the spirit we intend. This simple act of mindfulness has the power to transform our relationships, enhance our reputation, and contribute to a more compassionate and understanding world. Regret is a heavy burden that often stems from words spoken in moments of anger, frustration, or haste. The instant satisfaction of expressing our emotions without restraint can quickly give way to guilt, embarrassment, and the desire to undo what has been said. Unfortunately, words, once spoken, cannot be taken back. Their echoes linger in the minds of those who hear them, sometimes causing lasting damage. This is why thinking before speaking is essential. It acts as a safeguard against the kind of impulsive speech that leads to regret, preserving our relationships, reputation, and peace of mind. One of the primary reasons thinking prevents regret is that it allows us to filter our thoughts before they become spoken words. Emotions, especially strong ones like anger, fear, or sadness, can cloud our judgment and lead us to say things we do not truly mean. In the heat of the moment, it is easy to lash out, criticize, or make hurtful remarks without considering their long-term effects. However, by pausing to reflect before speaking, we give ourselves the opportunity to calm our emotions, assess the situation objectively, and choose words that align with our true intentions. This brief moment of thought can make the difference between strengthening a relationship and causing irreparable harm. For example, during an argument with a loved one, emotions can escalate quickly. Harsh words may be spoken in anger. Words that once heard cannot be unheard. Even if apologies are offered later, the damage is often done. The trust and emotional safety within the relationship may be compromised. By pausing to think before responding, we can prevent these moments of regret, ensuring that our words reflect our love and respect rather than our temporary frustration. This practice not only preserves our relationships but also strengthens our emotional intelligence, helping us respond to challenges with greater maturity and self-control. In professional settings, the ability to think before speaking is equally important. A careless remark in the workplace can damage one's reputation, strain relationships with colleagues, and even jeopardize career opportunities. Whether providing feedback, participating in meetings, or addressing conflicts, choosing words carefully demonstrates professionalism, respect, and emotional intelligence. By taking a moment to consider the potential consequences of our words, we can communicate our thoughts and opinions effectively without causing offense or misunderstanding. This thoughtful approach not only prevents regret, but also enhances our credibility and influence in the workplace. Thinking before speaking also plays a crucial role in maintaining our personal integrity and self-respect. When we speak impulsively, we often say things that do not truly represent our values or beliefs. This disconnect between our words and our true character can lead to feelings of guilt and shame, undermining our self-confidence and sense of identity. By pausing to reflect before speaking, we ensure that our words align with our principles, allowing us to speak with authenticity and integrity. This alignment fosters a sense of inner peace as we can move through life without the weight of regret holding us back. Moreover, thinking before speaking allows us to consider the timing, tone, and context of our words. Even truthful and well-intentioned statements can cause harm if delivered insensitively or at the wrong moment. For example, offering constructive criticism to a friend who is already feeling vulnerable may do more harm than good, even if the feedback is valid. By pausing to consider the other person's emotional state and the context of the situation, we can choose words that are both honest and compassionate. This thoughtful approach not only prevents regret, but also strengthens our relationships by demonstrating empathy and understanding. The rise of digital communication has made the principle of thinking before speaking more important than ever. In an age where emails, text messages, and social media posts can be shared instantly and permanently, the consequences of impulsive communication are magnified. A hastily written message sent in anger or frustration can quickly spread beyond its intended audience, damaging relationships, reputations, and even unlike spoken words, which may be forgotten or forgiven over time, written words leave a permanent record that can be difficult to erase. By pausing to think before sending a message, we can avoid the kind of impulsive communication that leads to regret, ensuring that our digital interactions reflect our best selves. Beyond preventing external consequences, thinking before speaking also protects our internal well-being. Words spoken in anger or haste often lead to feelings of guilt and self-recrimination, creating a cycle of negative emotions that can be difficult to break. This emotional burden can take a toll on our mental health, leading to stress, anxiety, and even depression. By cultivating the habit of pausing to reflect before speaking, we can break this cycle, reducing feelings of guilt and regret and promoting greater emotional stability and resilience. Ultimately, the ability to think before speaking is a skill that benefits every aspect of our lives. It allows us to navigate relationships with greater empathy and respect, maintain our professional credibility, and preserve our personal integrity. By taking a moment to pause and reflect before speaking, we can prevent the kind of impulsive communication that leads to regret, ensuring that our words build connections rather than barriers. This simple yet powerful practice empowers us to speak with confidence, compassion, and clarity, allowing us to move through life without the heavy burden of words we wish we could take back. Silence is often underestimated in a world where words dominate our interactions. People feel the need to fill every pause, to respond immediately, or to voice their opinions without hesitation, yet silence possesses a profound power, one that can convey wisdom, foster understanding, and prevent unnecessary conflict. Mastering the art of silence is a skill that not only enhances communication, but also reflects emotional intelligence and self-control. One of the greatest strengths of silence is its ability to prevent the escalation of conflict. In heated situations, emotions can cloud judgment, leading individuals to say things they later regret. Words spoken in anger often do more harm than good, damaging relationships and creating lasting wounds. By choosing silence in such moments, we give ourselves the opportunity to calm our emotions, regain perspective, and respond with greater clarity and compassion. This pause creates space for reflection, preventing impulsive reactions and promoting more thoughtful, constructive communication. Silence is particularly powerful in moments of disagreement. When confronted with criticism or provocation, our instinct is often to defend ourselves or retaliate. However, responding impulsively can escalate the situation, leading to arguments that achieve nothing. By remaining silent, we demonstrate strength and maturity, refusing to be drawn into unproductive conflict. This silence is not a sign of weakness, but of self-discipline, the ability to rise above the momentary need to assert oneself. It allows us to choose our battles wisely, engaging only when our words can bring about positive outcomes. In conversations, silence also serves as a tool for active listening. Too often, people listen not to understand but to respond. They wait for their turn to speak, formulating their next point rather than fully absorbing what the other person is saying. Silence, however, allows us to truly hear and understand others. By pausing before responding, we show respect for the speaker, validating their thoughts and feelings. This act of attentive silence fosters deeper connections, strengthening relationships built on empathy and mutual understanding. Furthermore, silence can be a powerful means of communication in itself. A well-timed pause can convey more than words ever could. For example, in moments of grief or emotional pain, words often fall short. Offering words of comfort may be well-intentioned, but sometimes they fail to capture the depth of the other person's experience. In such moments, silent presence speaks volumes. A gentle hand on the shoulder, a compassionate gaze, or simply sitting beside someone in silence can provide comfort and support beyond what words can offer. This silent solidarity creates a sense of connection, reminding others that they are not alone in their pain. Silence also holds power in moments of decision-making and negotiation. Skilled negotiators understand that silence can be a strategic tool, creating space for the other party to reflect, reconsider, and reveal their true thoughts. A well-timed pause can shift the dynamics of a conversation, encouraging others to fill the silence with information they might not otherwise share. This technique is particularly effective in professional settings where the ability to listen, observe, and respond thoughtfully can lead to better outcomes and stronger relationships. In personal relationships, silence can serve as a means of maintaining peace and harmony. Not every thought or opinion needs to be voiced, especially if it serves no constructive purpose. Offering unsolicited criticism or voicing negative thoughts can strain relationships, creating tension and resentment. By choosing silence in such moments, we demonstrate respect for others' feelings and preserve the bond of trust and mutual appreciation. This restraint is not about suppressing one's voice, but about exercising wisdom in choosing when and how to speak. Moreover, silence provides an opportunity for self-reflection and personal growth. In the quiet moments of our lives, we gain clarity and insight into our thoughts, emotions, and actions. Silence allows us to pause, step back from the noise of the world, and reconnect with our inner selves. This practice of introspection enhances our self-awareness, helping us understand our motivations, recognize our strengths and weaknesses, and make more mindful choices in our words and actions. Through silence, we cultivate a deeper sense of wisdom and emotional balance, enabling us to navigate life's challenges with greater resilience and grace. Silence is also a form of boundary setting. In situations where others seek to manipulate, criticize, or provoke us, silence can serve as a powerful statement of self-respect. Refusing to engage with negativity or gossip sends a clear message that we value our peace of mind and refuse to be drawn into toxic dynamics. This silent assertion of boundaries protects our emotional well-being, empowering us to maintain our integrity and focus on what truly matters. In moments of public speaking or leadership, the strategic use of silence can command attention and emphasize key points. Skilled speakers understand that a well-placed pause allows their words to resonate more deeply with their audience. This moment of silence creates anticipation, drawing listeners in and allowing them to absorb the message more fully. By balancing words with silence, speakers can convey their ideas with greater impact, leaving a lasting impression on their audience. The power of silence extends beyond human interactions, offering profound benefits for our mental and emotional well-being. In a world filled with constant noise, both external and internal, moments of silence provide a sanctuary for the mind. Stepping away from the noise allows us to reduce stress, restore our focus, and cultivate a sense of inner peace. This practice of intentional silence fosters mindfulness, helping us become more present and attuned to the beauty and wisdom found in the quiet moments of life. Ultimately, silence is not the absence of communication. It is a language of its own, one that speaks through presence, empathy, and restraint. Mastering the art of silence empowers us to navigate our relationships and interactions with greater wisdom, compassion, and self-control. By choosing silence when words are unnecessary, we preserve our peace of mind, protect our relationships, and create space for deeper understanding and connection. When spoken, words have a permanence that cannot be undone. Unlike actions that can often be corrected or reversed, words leave an imprint that lingers in the minds and hearts of those who hear them. This irrevocable nature of speech underscores the importance of thinking before we speak, ensuring that our words reflect our true intentions and do not cause harm that we cannot erase. The impact of spoken words is often underestimated. A single sentence, uttered in a moment of anger or carelessness, can damage relationships, shatter trust, and leave lasting emotional scars. While apologies may be offered and forgiveness may be granted, the memory of hurtful words remains. Human beings have an innate tendency to replay negative experiences in their minds, amplifying their emotional impact. Words that belittle, criticize, or insult can echo in a person's thoughts long after the conversation has ended, shaping their self-perception and influencing their future interactions. This lasting impact highlights the need to choose our words with care, recognizing the power they hold to either uplift or wound. Consider a scenario where a parent in a moment of frustration tells their child that they are not good enough. Even if the parent later apologizes, the child may carry those words with them for years, internalizing them as a belief about their own worth. Similarly, a harsh comment from a friend or colleague can create a rift that no amount of explanation can fully repair. The damage caused by words is often invisible but deeply felt, making it essential to think before speaking to avoid causing unintended harm. The permanence of words is particularly evident in conflicts and heated discussions. In the heat of an argument, it is easy to say things that we do not truly mean. Words spoken out of anger, frustration, or hurt. Yet, once those words are spoken, they become part of the other person's reality, shaping their perception of us and the relationship. Even if we later regret our words and seek to make amends, the memory of those hurtful statements remains, creating a barrier that can be difficult to overcome. This is why it is crucial to pause and think before responding, ensuring that our words reflect our true feelings rather than temporary emotions. By choosing our words carefully, we can prevent the kind of regret that comes from saying something we cannot take back. Beyond personal relationships, the irreversible nature of words also has significant implications in professional and social contexts. A thoughtless remark made in the workplace can damage one's reputation, undermine trust with colleagues, and create a toxic environment. For example, a manager who criticizes an employee publicly may damage that employee's confidence and morale, leading to decreased productivity and job satisfaction. Even if the manager later apologizes, the employee may still feel embarrassed and undervalued, affecting their long-term performance and commitment. Similarly, a careless comment made during a meeting can harm professional relationships and limit future opportunities. In these settings, the ability to think before speaking is essential for maintaining professionalism, fostering collaboration, and building a positive reputation. The advent of digital communication has amplified the consequences of words, making their permanence even more pronounced. In the age of social media, emails, and text messages, words can be shared instantly and preserved indefinitely. A single impulsive post or message can be screenshotted, shared, and archived, creating a permanent record that can resurface at any time. Unlike spoken words, which may fade from memory over time, written words leave a lasting footprint that can impact personal and professional relationships for years to come. This digital permanence underscores the importance of thinking carefully before sending a message, ensuring that our words reflect our true intentions and cannot be misinterpreted or taken out of context. Moreover, the irreversible nature of words extends beyond their immediate impact, shaping our long-term relationships and personal reputation. People often judge us based on the words we use, forming impressions that are difficult to change. A single careless remark can lead others to perceive us as insensitive, thoughtless, or untrustworthy, damaging our credibility and limiting our opportunities. Conversely, words spoken with kindness, empathy, and respect can enhance our reputation, fostering trust and goodwill in both personal and professional settings. This long-lasting impact highlights the importance of choosing our words with care, recognizing that their effects extend far beyond the moment they are spoken. In moments of heightened emotion, it can be challenging to pause and reflect before speaking. Anger, frustration, and stress can cloud our judgment, leading us to say things we later regret. However, cultivating the habit of thinking before speaking can prevent these moments of regret, preserving our relationships and protecting our peace of mind. This practice involves recognizing the power of our words and taking responsibility for the impact they have on others. By pausing to consider the consequences of our speech, we can choose words that reflect our values and strengthen our connections, rather than causing harm that cannot be undone. The irreversible nature of words also serves as a reminder of the importance of empathy and compassion in our communication. By considering how our words will be received, we can avoid causing unnecessary pain and instead use our speech to uplift and encourage others. A kind word can brighten someone's day, boost their confidence, and strengthen their sense of self-worth. Conversely, a harsh or dismissive comment can create feelings of doubt, insecurity, and sadness. Recognizing this power allows us to approach our interactions with greater  choosing words that reflect our best selves and contribute to a more compassionate and understanding world. Ultimately, the fact that words cannot be taken back serves as a powerful incentive to think before we speak. Every word we utter becomes part of our legacy, shaping the way others perceive us and influencing the quality of our relationships. By pausing to reflect before speaking, we can ensure that our words align with our intentions, convey empathy and respect, and leave a positive impact on those around us. This simple yet profound practice not only prevents regret but also empowers us to communicate with authenticity, integrity, and kindness, building stronger connections and leaving a lasting legacy of compassion and understanding. Relationships are built on trust, respect, and effective communication. Every word spoken has the power to either strengthen these bonds or weaken them. When we speak without thinking, we risk saying things that hurt, offend, or alienate those we care about. These words, once spoken, cannot be taken back, and their impact can linger long after the conversation ends. The damage caused by careless words can erode trust, create emotional distance, and in some cases permanently damage a relationship. This is why it is essential to think before we speak, ensuring that our words reflect our true intentions and convey empathy and understanding. One of the most common ways that thoughtless speech damages relationships is through hurtful or insensitive comments. In moments of frustration, anger, or stress, it is easy to say things we do not truly mean. Words that criticize, belittle, or dismiss the other person. While these words may be spoken in the heat of the moment, their impact is lasting. A single harsh comment can undermine a person's confidence, create feelings of rejection, and leave emotional wounds that take time to heal. For example, telling a loved one that they are always a disappointment or never good enough can damage their self-esteem and create a sense of inadequacy that lingers long after the argument is over. Even if an apology is offered later, the memory of those words may still affect the relationship, creating a barrier that is difficult to overcome. Careless words can also damage relationships by creating misunderstandings and miscommunication. When we speak without thinking, we may fail to choose our words carefully, leading to statements that are easily misinterpreted. For example, an offhand remark intended as a joke may be perceived as a criticism, causing hurt feelings and resentment. Similarly, a poorly worded comment can come across as dismissive or judgmental, making the other person feel unvalued or misunderstood. These misunderstandings can create tension and conflict, weakening the foundation of trust and respect that is essential for a healthy relationship. By pausing to think before speaking, we can choose words that clearly convey our intentions, reducing the risk of miscommunication and ensuring that our messages are received as intended. Speaking without thinking can also damage relationships by breaking trust. Trust is built on consistency, honesty, and respect, and careless words can undermine all three. For example, revealing a friend's secret in a moment of thoughtlessness can betray their trust and damage the relationship beyond repair. Similarly, making promises we cannot keep or speaking negatively about someone behind their back can erode trust and create feelings of betrayal. Even seemingly small breaches of trust, such as making critical comments or sharing personal information without permission, can accumulate over time, weakening the relationship and creating a sense of distance and insecurity. By thinking before we speak, we can ensure that our words align with our values and commitments, preserving the trust that is essential for strong, lasting relationships. Another way that thoughtless speech damages relationships is by creating emotional distance. Words have the power to either bring people closer together or push them apart. When we speak without considering the impact of our words, we risk creating feelings of resentment, frustration, and disconnection. For example, constantly criticizing a partner or friend can make them feel unappreciated and unloved, leading to emotional withdrawal and a breakdown in communication. Similarly, dismissive or sarcastic comments can create feelings of insecurity and self-doubt, making the other person reluctant to open up and share their thoughts and feelings. Over time, this emotional distance can weaken the bond between two people, making it difficult to maintain a close and supportive relationship. By choosing our words carefully, we can foster a sense of connection and understanding, strengthening the emotional bond that is essential for healthy relationships. In romantic relationships, the impact of thoughtless speech is particularly significant. Partners rely on each other for emotional support, validation, and intimacy, and careless words can undermine these essential elements. For example, criticizing a partner's appearance or abilities can damage their self-esteem and create feelings of insecurity, while dismissive comments can make them feel unimportant and unloved. In moments of conflict, speaking without thinking can escalate the situation, turning a minor disagreement into a major argument. Hurtful words spoken in anger can leave lasting scars, creating resentment and weakening the foundation of the relationship. Over time, repeated instances of thoughtless speech can erode the emotional connection between partners, leading to feelings of loneliness and disconnection. By pausing to consider the impact of our words, we can communicate with greater empathy and understanding, fostering a relationship built on trust, respect, and emotional intimacy. Friendships are also vulnerable to the effects of thoughtless speech. Friends rely on each other for support, encouragement, and companionship, and careless words can create feelings of betrayal and hurt. For example, making fun of a friend's insecurities or sharing their personal information without permission can damage the trust and mutual respect that form the foundation of the friendship. Similarly, dismissing a friend's feelings or offering unsolicited criticism can create feelings of rejection and isolation. Even seemingly minor comments, such as teasing or sarcastic remarks, can accumulate over time, creating a sense of distance and resentment. By thinking before we speak, we can ensure that our words reflect our genuine care and respect for our friends, strengthening the bond of friendship. Family relationships are particularly susceptible to the effects of thoughtless speech, as the close emotional ties between family members can amplify the impact of hurtful words. Parents, siblings, and extended family members play a central role in shaping our sense of identity and self-worth, and their words carry significant emotional weight. For example, a parent's criticism of a child's choices or abilities can create feelings of inadequacy and self-doubt, while sibling rivalry fueled by harsh words can create lasting resentment and distance. In family conflicts, speaking without thinking can escalate tensions and create rifts that are difficult to mend. Words spoken in anger, such as blaming, name-calling, or expressing disappointment, can damage the emotional bond between family members, creating feelings of rejection and alienation. By pausing to consider the impact of our words, we can foster a family environment built on love, respect, and understanding, strengthening the bonds that connect us. The damage caused by thoughtless speech is not limited to close relationships. It can also affect our interactions with colleagues, acquaintances, and even strangers. In the workplace, careless comments can create a toxic environment, undermining morale and damaging professional relationships. For example, criticizing a colleague's work in front of others can damage their confidence and create feelings of humiliation, while making insensitive remarks can lead to tension and conflict. Similarly, thoughtless comments made in social settings can alienate others and create feelings of exclusion and resentment. By thinking before we speak, we can ensure that our words reflect professionalism, respect, and empathy, fostering positive relationships in both our personal and professional lives. In addition to damaging our relationships with others, speaking without thinking can also harm our own sense of self-respect and integrity. When we say things we later regret, we may feel guilt, shame, and disappointment in ourselves. This emotional burden can affect our self-esteem and create feelings of anxiety and self-doubt, especially if our words have caused harm to someone we care about. Over time, repeated instances of thoughtless speech can damage our self-esteem and create a sense of disconnection from our values and intent. By pausing to think before we speak, we can ensure that our words align with our true selves, allowing us to communicate with authenticity, compassion, and confidence. Ultimately, the words we choose have the power to either strengthen or weaken our relationships. By thinking before we speak, we can ensure that our words reflect our true intentions, convey empathy and understanding, and foster deeper connections with those around. This mindful approach to communication not only prevents unnecessary conflict and hurt feelings, but also strengthens the bonds of trust, respect, and love that are essential for healthy, fulfilling relationships. Regret is a powerful and often painful emotion that stems from actions or decisions we wish we could change. Among the most common sources of regret is speaking without thinking, uttering words in haste, anger, or frustration, only to realize afterward the damage they have caused. Unlike many mistakes that can be undone or corrected, words once spoken cannot be retracted. They linger in the minds of those who hear them, leaving impressions that may last a lifetime. This permanence makes thoughtless speech particularly dangerous, as the regret it causes can weigh heavily on both the speaker and the listener, shaping relationships, self-perception, and emotional well-being. One of the most profound ways thoughtless speech leads to regret is through its impact on relationships. Words spoken in moments of anger or impatience often carry a harshness that we would never intentionally choose. For example, during an argument with a loved one, it is easy to say things that are meant to hurt, to criticize, belittle, or accuse. In the heat of the moment, these words may feel justified, but once the emotions subside, their consequences become clear. The realization that our words have wounded someone we care about can create a deep sense of guilt and sorrow. This regret is often intensified by the knowledge that no amount of apology can fully erase the pain we have caused. Even if the other person forgives us, the memory of our hurtful words may linger, creating a lasting sense of remorse. Regret from thoughtless speech is not limited to moments of conflict. Sometimes it arises from words spoken carelessly or without considering their potential impact. A joking remark that seems harmless in the moment may later be recognized as hurtful or insensitive. For example, teasing a friend about their appearance or abilities might be intended as playful banter, but if it strikes a sensitive nerve, it can leave them feeling embarrassed or inadequate. The realization that our words have caused unintended harm can lead to feelings of shame and regret, as we wish we had paused to consider how our words would be received. This type of regret is particularly common in social settings, where the pressure to be witty, funny, or engaging can lead us to speak without fully considering the consequences of our words. In professional settings, Thoughtless speech can lead to regret that affects not only our relationships but also our reputation and career. A poorly chosen comment in a meeting, a critical remark made in frustration, or an insensitive joke can damage our credibility and undermine the trust of colleagues and supervisors. The regret that follows is often accompanied by anxiety about the long-term consequences of our words, how they may affect our opportunities for advancement, our standing within the organization, or our relationships with coworkers. Unlike mistakes made in private, words spoken in professional settings often have a wider audience and a more lasting impact, making it even more difficult to repair the damage. This heightened visibility can amplify the sense of regret as we replay the moment in our minds, wishing we could take back what was said. Regret from thoughtless speech is particularly common in situations where we fail to offer kindness or support when it is needed most. There are moments in life when our words have the power to comfort, encourage, and uplift others. However, when we speak without thinking, we may miss these opportunities or worse, say something that adds to another person's pain. For example, responding to a friend's expression of sadness with a dismissive comment like, "You'll get over it," can leave them feeling invalidated and alone. The regret that follows is often accompanied by a sense of missed opportunity. The realization that we could have made a positive difference in someone's life but failed to do so because we did not pause to consider our words. This type of regret can be particularly difficult to overcome, as it is rooted not only in what we said, but also in what we failed to say. Beyond its impact on relationships, thoughtless speech can also lead to personal regret that affects our self-esteem and sense of identity. Words are a reflection of our thoughts, beliefs, and character. And speaking without thinking can lead us to say things that do not align with our true selves. For example, in moments of frustration, we may speak harshly or unfairly, only to realize later that our words were unkind or unjust. This disconnect between our actions and our values can create a deep sense of regret, as we feel we have betrayed our own principles. Over time, repeated instances of thoughtless speech can damage our self-image, leading us to see ourselves as impulsive, insensitive, or lacking in self-control. This internal conflict can create a cycle of regret and self-criticism, making it difficult to move forward with confidence and peace of mind. The regret caused by thoughtless speech is often intensified by the knowledge that it could have been easily avoided. Unlike many mistakes that result from circumstances beyond our control, speaking without thinking is a choice, a failure to pause and consider the potential consequences of our words. This awareness can lead to feelings of frustration and self-recrimination, as we wonder why we did not take the simple step of reflecting before speaking. The knowledge that a moment of thoughtfulness could have prevented the pain we caused makes the regret even more difficult to bear, as it serves as a constant reminder of our own fallibility. In some cases, the regret caused by thoughtless speech can have long-lasting effects on our relationships and emotional well-being. When our words cause significant harm, they can create rifts that are difficult to repair. For example, a harsh criticism delivered in a moment of anger may damage a relationship beyond repair, leading to feelings of loss and grief that persist long after the initial conflict has passed. Even in situations where the relationship can be mended, the memory of our hurtful words may linger, creating a sense of guilt and sorrow that resurfaces whenever we reflect on the past. This long-term regret can affect our ability to fully enjoy our relationships, as we are constantly reminded of the moments when we failed to show kindness, empathy, or restraint. Regret from thoughtless speech can also affect our future interactions, creating anxiety and self-doubt that make it difficult to communicate with confidence. The fear of saying something hurtful or inappropriate may lead us to second guess our words, causing us to hesitate or withdraw from conversations. In extreme cases, this fear can create a sense of social anxiety, making it difficult to form and maintain relationships. This cycle of regret and self-doubt can be particularly challenging to break, as each instance of thoughtless speech reinforces the belief that we are incapable of communicating effectively. Over time, this can lead to feelings of isolation and loneliness as we withdraw from others to avoid the possibility of causing harm. Despite the pain it causes, regret from thoughtless speech can also serve as a powerful motivator for personal growth and self-improvement. The experience of regretting our words can help us develop greater awareness and mindfulness in our communication, encouraging us to think more carefully before we speak. Over time, this practice can strengthen our relationships, enhance our self-esteem, and improve our overall quality of life. By learning from our mistakes and committing to more thoughtful communication, we can reduce the likelihood of future regret and create a more positive and compassionate environment for ourselves and those around us. The power of words extends far beyond the instant they are spoken. Although they may seem fleeting, their effects can linger for days, months, or even years, shaping the emotions, thoughts, and decisions of those who hear them. Unlike physical actions, which often have visible and immediate consequences, the impact of words is more subtle but no less profound. They can leave emotional scars that are invisible to the eye, yet deeply felt within the heart and mind. This enduring influence is what makes thoughtful communication so essential. Because once words are released into the world, they cannot be taken back. The long-lasting consequences of words are perhaps most evident in personal relationships. Within families, friendships, and romantic partnerships, the things we say can either build trust and intimacy or create distance and resentment. A kind word of encouragement can stay with someone for a lifetime, providing strength and confidence long after the moment has passed. Conversely, a harsh criticism or insensitive remark can become a source of lingering pain, replaying in the listener's mind long after the conversation is over. For example, a child who is repeatedly told they are not good enough may carry that belief into adulthood, affecting their self-esteem, career choices, and relationships. Even if the parent later apologizes or offers praise, the initial words may continue to shape the child's self-piyush for years to come. In romantic relationships, the consequences of thoughtless words can be particularly devastating. Trust and intimacy are built on a foundation of mutual respect and understanding, but a single careless remark can shake that foundation, creating doubts and insecurities that are difficult to overcome. For example, an offhand comment about a partner's appearance or abilities may seem insignificant in the moment, but it can plant a seed of self-doubt that grows over time. Even if the speaker did not intend to cause harm, the listener may internalize the words, leading to feelings of inadequacy and fear of rejection. Over time, these emotional wounds can erode the connection between partners, making it harder to maintain a healthy and fulfilling relationship. This is why it is so important to choose words carefully, especially in moments of frustration or conflict, because their effects can linger long after the initial disagreement has been resolved. The consequences of words are not limited to close relationships, they also extend to our broader social and professional interactions. In the workplace, for example, a manager's words can have a lasting impact on an employee's performance and morale. Constructive feedback delivered with kindness and empathy can motivate employees to improve and reach their full potential. However, criticism delivered harshly or without compassion can have the opposite effect, leading to decreased confidence, motivation, and job satisfaction. The effects of such words can be long lasting, as employees may carry feelings of inadequacy and self doubt into future roles and professional endeavors. Similarly, words spoken in social settings, such as gossip, insults, or judgmental comments, can damage reputations and relationships, creating lasting rifts that are difficult to repair. Even if the speaker later regrets their words, the damage may already be done, as others may continue to view the subject of the remarks through a negative lens. The long-term consequences of words are also evident in the realm of public communication, where the words of leaders, celebrities, and influencers can shape public opinion and societal norms. A single statement made by a public figure can have far-reaching effects, influencing the beliefs and behaviors of millions of people. For example, words that promote inclusivity and compassion can inspire positive social change, fostering greater understanding and acceptance within society. Conversely, words that spread fear, hatred, or misinformation can contribute to division and conflict, creating long-lasting harm that is difficult to undo. The effects of such words can persist for generations, shaping cultural attitudes and social policies long after the original statement has been forgotten. This is why public figures have a responsibility to choose their words carefully, recognizing the lasting impact they can have on individuals and society as a whole. Beyond their impact on others, the words we speak also have lasting consequences for our own well-being and sense of identity. Our words are a reflection of our thoughts, beliefs, and values, and the way we communicate can shape how we see ourselves. When we speak with kindness, honesty, and integrity, we reinforce a positive self-image, building confidence and self-respect. However, when we speak carelessly or unkindly, we may later feel guilt, shame, or regret, damaging our sense of self-worth. For example, someone who frequently speaks harshly to others may come to see themselves as impatient or unkind, leading to feelings of dissatisfaction and self-criticism. Over time, this negative self-perception can affect every aspect of their life, from their relationships to their career and personal happiness. The consequences of words can also affect our long-term relationships with others. While a single kind word can strengthen a bond, a single harsh word can weaken it. Over time, repeated instances of thoughtless or hurtful speech can create a pattern of negative interactions that is difficult to break. For example, a parent who frequently criticizes their child may unintentionally create a relationship defined by tension and resentment, making it harder for the child to feel loved and accepted. Similarly, a friend who often makes sarcastic or critical remarks may find that their relationships become strained, as others begin to view them as unsupportive or unkind. In both cases, the long-term consequences of these words can be difficult to overcome, as the emotional wounds they create may linger long after the words themselves have been forgotten. Moreover, the consequences of words can extend beyond the individuals directly involved, influencing the broader social environment in which we live. For example, a culture of respectful and compassionate communication can create a more supportive and inclusive community, where individuals feel valued and understood. Conversely, a culture of harsh or judgmental speech can create an environment of fear and mistrust, where individuals are afraid to express themselves for fear of criticism or rejection. The long-term effects of such an environment can be profound, shaping not only individual behavior, but also the overall tone and character of the community. This is why it is so important to cultivate a culture of thoughtful communication, where words are chosen with care and consideration for their potential impact. Ultimately, the long-lasting consequences of words underscore the importance of thinking before speaking. While it may be tempting to respond impulsively in the heat of the moment, taking the time to consider the potential effects of our words can help us avoid causing unnecessary harm. By choosing our words with care, we can build stronger relationships, foster greater understanding, and create a more compassionate and supportive world. In this way, the practice of thoughtful communication becomes not only a means of avoiding regret, but also a powerful tool for creating positive and lasting change. At the core of every meaningful relationship lies the power of communication. The words we choose, the tone we use, and the intention behind what we say all play a pivotal role in shaping the quality of our connections with others. When we speak with intention, carefully considering our words and the impact they may have, we cultivate trust, understanding, and emotional intimacy. This intentional approach to communication strengthens relationships, allowing them to grow and flourish over time. In contrast, thoughtless or impulsive speech can create misunderstandings, erode trust, and weaken the bonds we share with others. This is why the practice of thoughtful, intentional communication is essential in building and maintaining strong, healthy relationships. One of the key ways that speaking with intention strengthens relationships is by fostering trust and emotional safety. Trust is the foundation of any meaningful connection, and it is built through consistent, honest, and respectful communication. When we speak with intention, we choose our words carefully, ensuring that they reflect our true thoughts and feelings while also considering the impact they may have on the listener. This honesty and thoughtfulness create a sense of reliability and predictability, allowing others to feel safe and secure in our presence. For example, when a partner consistently communicates their feelings and needs with clarity and compassion, it builds a sense of trust that strengthens the relationship over time. Conversely, thoughtless or hurtful words can create uncertainty and doubt, making it difficult for the other person to feel secure in the relationship. Intentional communication also plays a crucial role in resolving conflicts and maintaining harmony in relationships. Disagreements are a natural part of any relationship, but the way we communicate during these moments can determine whether the relationship grows stronger or becomes strained. When we speak with intention during conflicts, we take the time to consider our words carefully, ensuring that they are constructive rather than hurtful. This approach allows us to express our needs and concerns without damaging the other person's self-esteem or creating unnecessary tension. For example, instead of saying, "You never listen to me," which can feel accusatory and hurtful, we might say, "I feel unheard when my opinions are overlooked." This intentional phrasing acknowledges our feelings without placing blame, making it easier for the other person to respond with empathy and understanding. Over time, this thoughtful approach to conflict resolution strengthens the relationship as both parties learn to communicate their needs in a way that fosters mutual respect and understanding. Beyond conflict resolution, speaking with intention also enhances the emotional intimacy and connection we share with others. Emotional intimacy is built through open, honest, and vulnerable communication. The willingness to share our true thoughts and feelings without fear of judgment or rejection. When we speak with intention, we create a space where this type of communication can thrive. By choosing our words carefully and speaking from the heart, We demonstrate our commitment to honesty and authenticity, encouraging others to do the same. This mutual openness deepens the bond between individuals, creating a sense of closeness and understanding that is essential for lasting relationships. For example, sharing our dreams, fears, and insecurities with a trusted friend or partner strengthens the relationship by fostering a sense of connection and mutual support. Conversely, withholding our true thoughts and feelings or expressing them in a way that is careless or dismissive can create distance and prevent the relationship from reaching its full potential. Intentional communication is especially important in romantic relationships, where emotional connection and mutual understanding are essential for long-term happiness. In these relationships, the way we speak to our partner can either strengthen the bond or create distance. When we speak with intention, we take the time to consider how our words will be received, ensuring that they convey love, respect, and appreciation. For example, expressing gratitude for the little things our partner does, such as making coffee in the morning or offering a kind word after a long day, reinforces the bond between us and strengthens the relationship. Similarly, offering words of encouragement during difficult times shows our partner that we are there to support them, creating a sense of security and emotional intimacy. Conversely, thoughtless or critical words can damage the relationship, creating feelings of resentment and insecurity that are difficult to repair. By choosing our words carefully and speaking with intention, we can nurture a relationship built on trust, respect, and mutual understanding. The benefits of speaking with intention are not limited to romantic relationships. They also apply to friendships, family relationships, and professional connections. In friendships, intentional communication helps build a sense of trust and loyalty, ensuring that both parties feel valued and understood. By choosing our words carefully and speaking with kindness and empathy, we show our friends that we respect their feelings and care about their well-being. For example, offering a listening ear and words of encouragement during difficult times can strengthen a friendship, creating a bond that withstands the challenges of life. Conversely, thoughtless or insensitive words can create distance, making it difficult for the friendship to thrive. In family relationships, intentional communication is essential for maintaining harmony and strengthening the bonds between family members. By speaking with respect and compassion, we create a sense of belonging and emotional safety that allows each family member to feel valued and understood. In professional settings, speaking with intention is equally important, as it fosters collaboration, respect, and productivity. Clear, thoughtful communication ensures that everyone understands their roles and responsibilities, reducing misunderstandings and improving efficiency. Additionally, speaking with intention demonstrates professionalism and respect, helping to build positive relationships with colleagues, supervisors, and clients. For example, offering constructive feedback in a respectful and supportive manner can motivate employees to improve their performance while preserving their confidence and self-esteem. Similarly, expressing appreciation for a colleague's contributions can strengthen the team dynamic, creating a more collaborative and productive work environment. Conversely, careless or disrespectful communication can damage relationships, create tension, and undermine morale, ultimately affecting the organization's success. Speaking with intention also has a profound impact on our own self-perception and personal growth. The words we choose not only influence how others see us, but also shape our own sense of identity and self-worth. When we communicate with honesty, kindness, and respect, we reinforce a positive self-image. building confidence and self-respect. This intentional approach to communication also helps us align our actions with our values, creating a sense of integrity and authenticity that enhances our overall well-being. For example, choosing to speak kindly and compassionately even in difficult situations reinforces our commitment to empathy and understanding, strengthening our sense of moral character. Conversely, speaking thoughtlessly or unkindly can lead to feelings of guilt and regret, damaging our self-esteem and creating a sense of internal conflict. By making a conscious effort to speak with intention, we can cultivate a greater sense of self-awareness and emotional intelligence, leading to more fulfilling relationships and a deeper sense of personal fulfillment. Moreover, the practice of speaking with intention extends beyond our direct interactions with others. It also influences the broader social environment in which we live. Our words have the power to shape the attitudes and behaviors of those around us, creating a ripple effect that can spread throughout our communities. When we choose to speak with kindness, empathy, and respect, we contribute to a culture of compassion and understanding, encouraging others to do the same. This positive influence can be particularly powerful in leadership roles, where the words of a single individual can inspire and motivate others to reach their full potential. For example, a leader who communicates with clarity and compassion can foster a sense of purpose and belonging within their team, creating a more collaborative and productive work environment. Similarly, a teacher who speaks with encouragement and support can inspire students to believe in themselves and pursue their goals, shaping their future success. Conversely, thoughtless or hurtful words can create a culture of fear, mistrust, and negativity, undermining relationships and stifling growth. By choosing our words carefully and speaking with intention, we can create a more compassionate and supportive world, one conversation at a time. In essence, the power of words lies not only in their immediate impact, but also in their ability to shape the long-term dynamics of our relationships. By speaking with intention, we create a foundation of trust, respect, and emotional intimacy that allows our relationships to thrive. This thoughtful approach to communication not only strengthens our connections with others, but also enhances our own sense of self-worth and personal growth. Through intentional communication, we can build relationships that are grounded in mutual understanding and compassion, creating a more fulfilling and meaningful life for ourselves and those around us. In the grand tapestry of life, our words are the threads that weave together our relationships, shape our opportunities, and define our legacy. Every word spoken carries the weight of intention and the potential to uplift or tear down. By thinking before we speak, we harness the ability to communicate with wisdom, empathy, and clarity, qualities that strengthen bonds, resolve conflicts, and inspire change.